Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bertemu lagi kita dalam a virtual workshop for final exam preparation Siri 3 for Calculus 1 MAT183. Hope you enjoy this video. Baiklah anak-anak, kita sambung semula ya. Now we look at question number 2, right? Question 2A. The mean value theorem for differentiation states that if fx is differentiable on open interval AB and continuous on closed interval AB, then there is at least one point C in open interval AB where f prime C equals to fb minus fa over b minus a. If fx equals to 3x squared minus x cubed, find the value of c in the interval open interval 1, 3 that satisfy the above theorem. 4 marks, right? Okay, next we look at the solution, right? To solve this question, first step, we need to identify the values of a, b, FA and FB, right? From here, our A equals to 1, okay? So we write here, A equals to 1, okay? And then from here, B equals to 3. So we write here, B equals to 3, right? Right. To check whether the answer is correct or wrong, C must be between the given interval, means C must be between 1 and 3. Okay, if we get C equals to, let's say 2, 2 is between 1 and 3, means the answer is correct, right? Right, after that, from here, from this formula, we have B minus A. So, we can find B minus A, which is equals to 3 minus 1 equals to 2, right? After that, we need to find FA and FB, okay? From fx equals to 3x squared minus x cubed, to find FA, we replace A equals to 1, okay? And then we replace 1 into variable x, right? And after we simplify, we get FA equals to 2, right? After that, we need to find FB, okay? FB means F3. So we substitute 3 into variable x here, okay? So after we substitute and we simplify, we get FB equals to 0, right? And then from this formula, we have FB minus FA, okay? So we can write here FB minus FA equals to 0 minus 2, right? And equals to negative 2, right? And then step 2, find f prime x and f prime c, right? From fx equals to 3x squared minus x cubed, to find f prime x, we just differentiate 1 by 1. Because in between here is minus sign. So it means that we differentiate using sum and difference rule. Okay, we differentiate 1 by 1. So we get 6x minus 3x squared. Okay. After that, we can find f prime c. We just replace c into variable x here. So we get f prime c equals to 6c minus 3c squared. Right? Right, from the previous slide, under step 1, we get b minus a equals to 2, fb minus fa equals to negative 2, and f prime c equals to 6c minus 3c squared, right? And after that, we continue with step 3. Use f prime c equals to fb minus fa over b minus a to find the value of C, right? So from here, we replace f prime C equals to 6C minus 3C squared from here equals to FB minus FA, which is negative 2 over B minus A, which is 2. Okay, we replace f prime C equals to 6C minus 3C squared, and then equals to, we replace FB minus FA equals to negative 2. Then we put here, right? And then we replace B minus A equals to 2. Then we put here, right? After that, we get 6C minus 3C squared equals to negative 1. Then we rearrange this equation, so we get negative 3C squared plus 6C plus 1 equals to 0. This is quadratic equation. Okay, and then we can make coefficient of C squared equals to positive. Okay, so how to make positive? We multiply each term for both sides by negative 1. So we get positive 3C squared minus 6C minus 1 equals to 0. 0 times negative 1 still equals to 0. Right? This is quadratic equation. And to solve quadratic equation, if we cannot factorize, we can use calculator. Okay? Right, so from calculator, after we solve this equation, so we get C equals to 2.1547 and C equals to negative 0.1547. Okay, this value valid in this interval. Okay, but this value invalid in this interval. Okay, so the answer is C equals to 2.1547. Okay, valid in interval 1, 3. So this is our final answer. Okay, from this theorem, it states that there is at least one point C in interval AB. So let's say if we have, let's say 2, so at least one value of C must valid in the given interval. Right? So this is our final answer. Right? Got it? Now we look at question number 2b. Evaluate integration from 1 to 2 square root of x times x cubed plus 3 over x dx. 3 marks. Right? Now we look at the solution. Okay? From the given question here, first we can expand set x with the function in bracket. Okay? So we have this. Okay? And then from here, we can write set x into the form of x to the power of half before we apply the properties of indices. Okay? And then from here, using the properties of indices, we have x to the power of 7 over 2. Okay? Because half plus 3. Okay? From the properties of indices. And then from x to the power of half over x, using the properties of indices, we get x to the power of half minus 1. So that's why we get x to the power of negative half here. And from here, we can integrate using power rule. Okay, so we get this. Okay, we add 1 from the original power and then over n plus 1. Right, so we have x to the power of 9 over 2 over 9 over 2 plus 3x to the power of half over half. Okay, and then from 1 to 2. Right? After that, we can simplify. Over 9 over 2, we change to multiplication. So we just exchange numerator and denominator here. So we get this. Okay, 2 over 9 times x to the power of 9 over 2 plus 3, and then we change divided by half to multiplication by 2 over 3. We exchange the numerator and denominator here. Okay, and then x to the power of half. Okay, and from here we simplify, so we get 2 over 9 x to the power of 9 over 2 plus 3 times 2 equals to 6, and then x to the power of half means third x or square root of x. Okay, and after that we need to substitute upper limit into variable x, and then in between must minus, and then we substitute 1 into variable x, and 1 to the power of any value will equals to 1. So that's why we get 2 plus 9 and then plus 6 here, right? And then we also can write to the power of 9 over 2 equals to 4.5, okay, when we use calculator. Okay, and then from here, using calculator, we get the final answer equals to 7.2914 up to 4 decimal places. Okay, this is the final answer for this question. Right? Got it? Next question, 2C. Solve integration of cos 2x times sin 2x plus 10 cubed dx by using the switchable substitution, 3 marks. Now, let me look at the complete solution. From the given question here, when we use u substitution, we choose u, the function in bracket here. U equals to sin 2x plus 10. Okay. Every time when we integrate using u substitution, we will have derivative part and integration part. Okay. Under derivative part, we need to differentiate. And under integration part, we need to integrate. Okay. When we have u in terms of variable x, after we differentiate, we get du over dx. Okay. We differentiate sin 2x, we have positive 2 cos 2x, and then plus we differentiate constant equals to 0, so no need to write plus 0 here, right? After that, we need to write dx as a subject, so we just cross multiply from here. Okay, so we get dx equals to du over 2 cos 2x, right? Then we substitute back into the given question. We replace sin 2x plus 10 equals to u, and we replace dx equals to du over 2 cos 2x. So now we have integration of cos 2x times, in bracket here means u, so we have u cubed times dx, we write as du over 2 cos 2x, right? After that, we can simplify cos x here, and cos 2x here, and cos 2x in denominator here, right? After we simplify, at the same time, you also can move out constant over 2 from integration sign. So we can write half integration of u cubed du. Okay, half here comes from over 2 here when we move out. Okay, we can move out constant from integration sign, but never move out variable from integration sign, right? And then from here, we can integrate with respect to u using power rule. We still have constant half in front here, and then we integrate u cubed using power rule. So we get u to the power of 4 over 4. And since this is indefinite integral, so we must put plus c at the back, right? And then we have 1 over 8, u to the power of 4 plus c. After that, we replace back our u equals to sin 2x plus 10. Okay, so we get 1 over 8 bracket sin 2x plus 10, this is our u, to the power of 4 plus c. Okay, this is the final answer for this question. Right? Got it? Okay, we continue with question 2D. In figure 1 below, the shaded region R is bounded by the y-axis here, the lines x equals to 2 here, y equals to x here, and the curve y equals to x cubed plus 8 here. Find the area of the region R. Okay, we want to find this area, right? Okay, kita tengok solution dia. Okay. From the given question, okay, we highlight the area that we want to find. Okay, area yang ni, yang saya bulat ni. Okay, saya lukis balik kat sini. Okay. We have curve y equals to x cubed plus 8. Yang ni, atas ni. Okay. And then we have line y equals to x. Right. Yang curve ni berada di sebelah atas, top. Okay. Yang line y equals to x ni berada sebelah bawah, bottom. Okay. Tapi kalau kita tengok equation asal, kalau kita tengok kedudukan equation dia, yang ni sebelah kanan dan curve yang ni sebelah kiri. Okay. So you better careful ya, jangan tengok pada kedudukan equation tu, tapi lukis semula, tulis semula equation tu berdekatan dengan curve yang terlibat. Okay, so that we know which is top and which is bottom. Right? Alright, so from here, if we have top and bottom, so we need to integrate with respect to x. If we want to find the area. Okay. And then bila kita nak integrate with respect to x, kita kenalah tahu limit on x axis. Okay. So, bermulanya garisan borderline tu dekat sini. Okay. So, this is y axis. Y axis tu maksudnya x equals to 0. Sebab kita nak nilai x. Because if we have top and bottom, means we need to integrate with respect to x. If we have right and left, means we need to integrate with respect to y. Okay. So, kalau kita integrate with respect to x, kenalah cari lower and upper limit on x axis. So, kita punya lower limit kita x equals to 0. Kita punya upper limit kita, line yang ni adalah x equals to 2. Right? Alright. From the previous slide, kita dah ada yang ni tadi, diagram. So, sekarang nak cari area. Okay. So, area between two curve ni. Okay, area of the shaded region. Kita set up dia punya formula, integration. We integrate from x equals to 0, okay, as the lower limit, to x equals to 2. Okay, x equals to 2 is upper limit. Okay, and then top minus bottom dx. Right? If we use top minus bottom, kena differentiate with respect to x. Right? And then area equals to integration from 0 to 2. Kita punya top function adalah x cubed plus 8. Okay. And then kita punya bottom function adalah x. Okay. Yang ni. In between adalah minus. Okay. So this is our top function. This is our bottom function. Right? Okay. Sampai sini. We can integrate with respect to x. Okay. Integrate saja macam biasa. Okay, integrate one by one using power rule. Integrate x cube dapat x to the power of 4 over 4 plus 8x. And then minus, integrate x dapat x squared over 2. Since this is a definite integral, so no need to put plus c, but we must put square bracket with lower and upper limit. Right? Okay, lepas tu kita gantikan nilai upper limit dulu ke dalam variable x. Okay, gantikan 2 kat dalam variable x ni. So that we have 2 to the power of 4 which is 16 divided by 4 equals to 4. Plus 8 times 2 equals to 16. And then minus 2 squared equals to 4 divided by 2 equals to 2. Okay. And then in between is minus. Okay. And then kita ganti pula lower limit 0 into variable x. So, dapat 0. Okay. And then we simplify, so we get area equals to 18. Lepas tu letaklah, kemudian tambahkan dia perkataan units squared. Kalau area kena squared. Kalau volume, cube. So this is our final answer. This is the area of the shaded region here. Right? Got it? Okay, next question 3A. The shaded region W is bounded by the x-axis, the y-axis, and the curve y equals to x cubed plus 1, as shown in figure 2 below. By using this method, find the volume of the solid generated when the shaded region W is revolved about the x-axis. Right? Okay, kita tengok dia punya solution dia. Soalan tadi kata this shaded region revolve about the x-axis. Saya highlight yang bahagian shaded region tu saja. And then after rotation, after this shaded region revolve about the x-axis, so dia jadi macam ni. X-axis tu maksudnya equation y equals to 0. Sebab kalau y equals to 1, dia dekat sini. So kalau y equals to 0, dia betul-betul berada pada x-axis. Right? So after rotation, so diagram ni akan jadi macam ni. Dia akan jadi macam bowl. Tapi bowl tu dia tak ada lubang. Dia bukan hollow object tapi solid object. Right? And then yang ni adalah kita punya curve tadi. Curve yang asal. And then kita punya radius adalah yang ni. The distance between curve and axis of rotation. This is the radius. Right? Okay, next we can find the radius. A radius equals to curve minus axis of rotation. So radius equals to, the curve is x cubed plus 1. Minus axis of rotation is 0. Notice that dia punya subject dekat sini mestilah y, so that we can subtract. Right? And then we simplify, so we have radius equals to x cubed plus 1. So this is our radius. Right? Then we can set up formula volume by this. Volume by this equals to pi, and then we integrate from -1 to 0. And then radius squared dx. If we have axis of rotation is a horizontal line, means we need to integrate with respect to x under this method. And if we integrate with respect to x, we need to use lower and upper limit on x axis. Right? That's the technique when we use volume by this. Why we use volume by this? Because after rotation, we have solid object. And we need to integrate with respect to x because the axis of rotation is a horizontal line or parallel to x-axis. Right? Okay, and then volume by this equals to pi. We integrate from -1 to 0, and then we substitute radius equals to x cubed plus 1 bracket squared dx. So after we set up the formula, so we get this. Right? Right, from the previous slide, we stop until here. After that, we need to expand bracket squared. Alright, after we expand, so we get volume by this equals to pi, integrate from -1 to 0. We expand this, we get x to the power of 6 plus 2x cubed plus 1. Okay, untuk yang bahagian ni, ramai student selalu buat silap. Kuasa 2 bukan bermaksud ambil yang depan kuasa 2 plus ambil yang belakang kuasa 2. Itu salah. Yang sebenarnya kalau you tak biasa nak expand terus, you buka 2 bracket and then expand one by one. Ataupun kalau based on formula, ambil depan kuasa 2, so dapat yang ni. Kuasa darab depan, darab belakang, dapat yang ni. And then plus belakang kuasa 2, dapat yang ni. Okay. Bukannya ambil depan kuasa 2, dapat x to the power of 6. Plus ambil belakang kuasa 2, dapat 1. Bukan begitu ya. So, kena hati-hati. Expand yang ni, sangat ramai student yang salah. Okay. Dia ambil depan kuasa 2, plus ambil belakang kuasa 2. Okay. So, kena hati-hati ya. Okay. And then, we have volume by this equals to pi. From here, we can integrate. Okay, we integrate 1 by 1 using power rule. Okay, we integrate x to the power of 6. So, we have x to the power of 7 over 7. Plus, we still have constant 2. And then we integrate x cubed. So, we have x to the power of 4 over 4. And then plus, we integrate 1 with respect to x. So, we get x. Okay, since this is definite integral, so no need to put plus c, but we need to use square bracket with lower limit and upper limit. Okay. Lepas tu, kita substitute lah nilai upper limit first. Okay. Before that, we can simplify 2 and 4 here. So, we get pi and then x to the power of 7 over 7 plus. After we simplify this, so we get x to the power of 4 over 2 plus x. Okay, from negative 1 to 0. Sampai sini, kita boleh ganti nilai. Okay, ganti upper limit first. Okay, kita still ada constant pi kat luar ni. Okay, and then ganti upper limit dulu. So, ganti 0. So, semuanya dapat 0. And then in between must minus. And then ganti negative 1 kat dalam variable x. Okay, negative to the power of odd akan dapat negatif. Negative to the power of even akan dapat positif. And then negative 1 sini, negative 1, then plus 1, so dapat minus 1. Okay? And then we simplify, tekan saja calculator, then we get volume by this equals to pi over 9 over 14 pi. Biasanya kita biar saja jawapan dalam fraction dan pi lebih tepat. Okay? 9 over 14 pi. So, since this is volume, so letaklah units, lepas tu cube. Okay, kalau area, unit squared. Kalau volume, units cube. Right? Got it? Okay, next question 3D. The shaded region Q here in figure 3 is bounded by the curve y equals to half plus x squared. So, this is the curve. And the line y equals to x. Okay, this is the line y equals to x. From x equals to 0 to x equals to 2. Find the volume of the solid generated when the shaded region Q is revolved about the x-axis. This is x-axis by using washer method, right? Okay, let we discuss the solution. Okay, ni soalan asal tadi. Okay, ni bahagian yang shaded region. Saya zoomkan dekat sini, right? Bahagian sini. And then soalan kata revolve about the x-axis by using washer method. So, kita tandalah this is x-axis. Tandakanlah dia punya rotation dia. Right? X-axis ni means line y equals to 0. Bukan x equals to 0 ya. Sebab kalau line y equals to 1, duduknya lebih kurang kat sini. Horizontal line. So, kalau line y equals to 0, betul-betul berada on x-axis. Right? Lepas tu, maklumat ini pula, curve y equals to half plus x squared. Ni curve dia. Okay? So, kita letaklah equation tu dekat sini. Okay? And the line y equals to x. Ni line y equals to x. Okay? Yang ni, kita letaklah kat sini. From x equals to 0 to x equals to 2. Kat sinilah ni x equals to 0. Yang ni x equals to 2. Right? Alright, after rotation about x-axis or line y equals to 0, we will get this object. Okay? We have hollow object here. Okay? Alright, and then the original curve, we have y equals to half plus x squared and line y equals to x, right? Since we want to find the volume using washer method, so we need to identify which function as outer and which function as inner, alright? So from the original shaded region here, this line is inner, okay? And this curve is outer, right? Okay, this is outer radius. Okay, outer radius equals to outer curve minus axis of rotation. Okay, and then we get outer curve, which is equals to half plus x squared, and then minus axis of rotation is line y equals to 0. So we put 0 here. Okay, before that we have y as a subject so that we can subtract. Okay, and then after we simplify, so we have outer radius equals to half plus x squared, right? Next, how about inner radius? Okay, this is the inner radius, right? Then we can write inner radius equals to inner curve or line, in this case line, minus axis of rotation, right? And then inner curve equals to, we replace inner curve equals to x, and then minus axis of rotation equals to 0. Okay, before that, we check y as a subject so that we can subtract x and 0 here, right? Then we simplify, so we have inner radius equals to x, right? Okay, under washer method, after we find the outer radius and inner radius, then we can set up volume by washer. Okay, the formula for volume by washer is equals to single pi. We integrate outer radius squared minus inner radius squared. If axis of rotation is a horizontal line, under washer method, we need to integrate with respect to x. Okay, and when we integrate with respect to x, we need to use lower and upper limit on x axis, right? So from here, the shaded region begin from 0 to 2 on x-axis. So that's why our lower limit x equals to 0 and upper limit x equals to 2. Alright? After that, we have single pi here, and then we integrate from 0 to 2. We substitute outer radius. From here, we have outer radius equals to half plus x squared. And then based on formula, we have bracket squared and then minus. And then our inner radius equals to x. So we substitute here. And then bracket squared dx. Okay. Notice that when we use washer method, if axis of rotation is a horizontal line, so we need to integrate with respect to x, and all terms must in terms of x. And we use lower and upper limit on x axis, right? And then from here, actually we can check the final answer using symbol lab. Okay, using symbol lab, we use this syntax, right? And after we press enter or go from symbol lab, we get this answer, right? And remember, volume and area always positive, right? Okay, here I want to share you something when I marking the student script. Okay, normally student dia buat mistake, minus ni dia letak dalam bracket ni. Maksudnya outer radius and then minus inner radius and then barulah square. Yang tu adalah common mistake. Sepatutnya kena separate kuasa 2 and then minus kuasa 2 lagi. Okay, So you must be careful, okay? Because that's a common mistake. Alright? Alright, dari sini kena hati-hati ya. Expand kuasa 2 macam mana. Okay? So from here, after we expand squared, so we get volume by washer equals to pi, integrate from 0 to 2, 1 over 4 plus x squared plus x to the power of 4 and then minus x squared. Okay? Ingat ya, jangan pergi ambil depan kuasa 2 plus belakang kuasa 2. Kalau kita buat macam tu, kita dapat apa? 1 over 4 plus x to the power of 4. Actually, bracket squared ni means bracket and then darab lagi dengan benda yang sama. Okay, and then expand one by one. Ataupun using formula, ambil depan kuasa 2, dapat 1 over 4. Kuasa, darab depan, darab belakang. So, dapat 2 times half times x squared. So, that's why we get x squared kat sini. And then plus x squared squared lagi. So, dapat x to the power of 4. Right? So, kena hati-hati bahagian ni ya. Kat sini selalu student buat mistake. Okay? Alright, after that, we can simplify x squared here and minus x squared here. So, after we simplify, so we get this. Volume by washer equals to pi, integrate from 0 to 2, 1 over 4. Okay, after we eliminate x squared minus x squared here, so we get plus x to the power of 4. Okay? From the previous slide, we get this. Okay, start from here, we can integrate one by one with respect to x. Okay, after we integrate, no more integration sign. We still have constant pi outside here. We integrate 1 over 4 with respect to x, we get 1 over 4x. And then plus, integrate x to the power of 4 with respect to x using power rule, we get x to the power of 5 over 5. From here, we have definite integral. So, no need to put plus c at the back. But, we need to use square bracket with lower and upper limit. Alright? And then from here, we just substitute upper limit first into variable x. And in between must minus. And then we substitute lower limit into variable x. Okay? We still have constant pi outside here. Okay? So from here, after we substitute 2 into variable x, after we simplify, we get 1 over 2 plus 32 over 5. And then minus, after we substitute 0 into variable x here, so we get 0. Right? Then we use calculator to calculate, so we get 69 over 10 pi. Okay, we just leave the answer in fraction and pi. Okay? Because that's more accurate. Okay. And then since this is volume, so we need to put units cube. Okay. If area, we put units squared. But for volume, we put units cube. Right? So this is the final answer. Right? Alright, we recall back. In the previous slide, after we set up the formula for volume by washer, we get this. And from here, if we check using symbollab.com, we get the final answer equals to 69 pi over 10. Okay? This is the final answer. Right? Means this answer is correct. Okay? Got it? Alright, now we look at the last question. Question 3C. Figure 4 below shows the region S bounded by the curve y equals to x minus x squared and y equals to 0, which is x-axis, right? Use shell method to find the volume of the solid obtained by rotating the region S about the line x equals to 2. Okay. Right, now we look at the solution. Okay. This is the original question. Let's say if I zoom this shaded region. Okay. So we get this, right? Alright, we have curve y equals to x minus x squared here, and line y equals to 0 here, right? And then we have line x equals to 2, okay, as an axis of rotation. So this is the line x equals to 2, okay. This is x equals to 1, so x equals to 2 to the left, to the right of x equals to 1, okay. So this is axis of rotation, which is line x equals to 2, right? Okay, after this shaded region is revolved about this line, we will get this object. This is the cross section, okay? And then this is the axis of rotation, which is line x equals to 2, right? Okay, under washer method, first we need to find the radius, okay? The radius using washer method is based on axis of rotation. So, kita tengok kat sini, ni adalah original diagram. After rotation, and then dia punya cross section dapat macam ni. Okay. Kita punya radius adalah yang ni. Okay. Kita punya radius. Dan panjangnya, sebab axis of rotation here is x equals to 2. So, dia punya axis of rotation dapat, dia punya radius dapat 2 minus x. Tapi untuk shell method, normally student selalu confused how to find the radius. Okay. So, caranya kalau confused, awak boleh refer kat sini. Okay. This is original diagram. Refer yang original diagram. Compare axis of rotation dengan shaded region. Okay. Axis of rotation belah kanan. Shaded region belah kiri. And then from axis of rotation, katalah saya bawa equation belah kiri. Okay. So, we have x minus 2 equals to 0. We move 2 to the left. Okay. And then katalah saya pindah ke sebelah kanan. Okay. So, saya dapat 0 equals to 2 minus x. Okay. Mana satu yang kita nak guna? Either x minus 2 or 2 minus x as a radius. Okay. Remember, volume always positive. So, kalau tersalah, terbalik, so volume akan dapat negatif. Okay. Which is error. So, macam nak identify radius under shell method, awak tengok kedudukan axis of rotation belah kanan shaded region. So, bila belah kanan, equation pindah ke kanan. Okay? Daripada axis of rotation ni pindah ke kanan, so dapatlah yang ni. So, this is our radius. Kalau terbalik, katakan terambil yang ni, you akan dapat volume with same magnitude, kalau betul dia punya calculation, tapi akan dapat negative value. Okay? So, untuk radius under shell method, kalau confused nak dapatkan radius, boleh guna cara ni. Ya? Tengok axis of rotation belah kanan, daripada shaded region ni, compare. So, axis of rotation belah kanan, so equation move ke kanan. Equation of axis of rotation move ke kanan. So, this is our radius. Right? Got it? Then we write radius equals to 2 minus x, right? Alright, under shell method, after we find the radius based on axis of rotation, then we need to find the height. Okay, macam mana nak cari height? Okay, after rotation, kita dapat diagram macam ni. Okay, and then untuk diagram macam ni, dia punya height dia begini. Okay, this is our height. Kita compare dengan original shaded region. Okay, this is our height. And height here means top minus bottom. Okay, so we can write top equals to x minus x squared. And then minus our bottom equals to 0. Okay, the subject must y. Okay, so that we can subtract. Okay. Both equation must y. Okay. Then we simplify, so we get height equals to x minus x squared. Alright. We recall back, under washer method, if axis of rotation is a vertical line, we need to integrate with respect to y. But under shell method, if axis of rotation is a vertical line, we need to integrate with respect to x. Ataupun kalau nak senang ingat, kalau shell method, axis of rotation kita dalam variable x here. So means that we can have in terms of variable x. So bila kita ada in terms of variable x, maka kenalah integrate with respect to x. Right? So kalau shell ikut dia punya equation of axis of rotation. Bila dia ada variable x kat sini, means kita kena integrate with respect to x. Okay, bila integrate with respect to x, tajuk equation must y. Right? Okay, after that, we can set up formula volume by shell, which is equals to 2 pi, and then we integrate radius times height. Okay. If axis of rotation is a vertical line under shell method, we need to integrate with respect to x. And when we integrate with respect to x, we need to use lower and upper limit on x-axis. Okay, so that's why we use x equals to 0 to x equals to 1. Right? And after that, volume by shell equals to 2 pi, integrate from 0 to 1. We replace radius equals to 2 minus x and height equals to x minus x squared dx. Right? Then we can double check if we integrate with respect to x. Note that all the terms should be in terms of variable x, and we use lower and upper limit on x-axis. Alright? Okay, after we done set up the formula for volume by shell, you can check your answer using symbol lab. Okay, nak pastikan jawapan you nanti after integrate betul ke salah. Okay, so this is the syntax using symbol lab. Okay, 2 pi integrate from 0 to 1, 2 minus x times x minus x squared dx. Then you just press enter or go. Then the answer will appear here. Okay, so this is the final answer after we integrate this. Okay, pi over 2. Right? Right, from here, after we set up the formula for volume by shell, we need to expand this. Okay, after we expand, we get 2 pi integrate from 0 to 1. We multiply 2 and x minus x squared, so we get 2x minus 2x squared, and then we multiply negative x and x minus x squared here, so we get minus x squared and then plus x cubed. Then we can simplify negative 2x squared minus x squared here, so we get 2 pi integration from 0 to 1 to x, and then after we simplify this, so we get minus 3x squared and then plus x cubed. Okay. From the previous slide, we get 2 pi integration from 0 to 1 to x minus 3x squared plus x cubed dx. Okay. Alright. So from here, we can integrate. Okay. Volume by shell equals to 2 pi. After we integrate, no more integration sign. Okay. And then because this is definite integral, so no need to put plus c, but we need to put square bracket with lower and upper limit. Okay, we just integrate one by one. Okay, we integrate 2x, we get 2, we still have constant 2 in front here, and then integrate x, we get x squared over 2, minus, we still have constant 3 here, and then we integrate x squared. Using power rule, we get x cubed over 3, and then plus, we integrate x cubed. Using power rule, we get x to the power of 4 plus x to the power of 4 over 4. And then no need to put plus c because this is definite integral. And then we put lower and upper limit with square bracket. Right? After that, we substitute upper limit into variable x here. Okay? But before that, we can simplify 2 in numerator and 2 in denominator here. And we also can simplify 3 in numerator and 3 in denominator here. So we get x squared minus x cubed plus x to the power of 4 over 4. Okay, and then from here, we can substitute the value of upper limit first into variable x, and then in between minus, and then we substitute lower limit 0 into variable x. Okay, so after we substitute, we get this. Okay, 1 minus 1 plus 1 over 4. Minus, after we substitute 0, we get 0. Okay, then we can calculate using calculator. Remember to multiply by 2 here. Okay, then the final answer equals to pi over 2. Okay, since this is volume, so we need to put units cube, right? And the answer always positive value, right? Okay, we recall back. When we set up the formula for volume by shell, we have 2 pi integration from 0 to 1, 2 minus x, bracket x minus x squared dx. And using symbollab.com, after we press enter using this syntax, so we get the final answer equals to pi over 2. Okay, then we compare. This is exactly the same. Means that the answer is correct, right? Yeay! Kita dah berjaya habis discuss satu set sampel soalan final ya, Madam? Ya, anak-anak. Selesailah sudah bengkel persediaan menghadapi final exam MAT183 Calculus 1. Harap anda dapat manfaatkan sebaik-baiknya ya. Good luck for your coming final. Semoga dikurniakan ketenangan, kefahaman dan fokus ketika menjawab soalan ya. You can subscribe, like and share to support this channel. Thank you for watching. All the best. Bye. Assalamualaikum.